Hi, Debbie Chu here from Chew on Vegan, and welcome back to my kitchen. If you're new to my channel, I'm a plant-based RN and I follow the Starch Solution. The Starch Solution is a program that was developed by Dr. John McDougall, and following this way of eating, I was able to lose 15 pounds. And the best part is I have been able to keep it off. This way of eating is amazingly easy. It's a starch-centered diet. You don't count calories, you don't weigh or measure your food, and the best part is you get to eat large volumes of food and you're never hungry. Most of the foods that you eat will be low calorie density, like whole food starches, potatoes, rice, non-starchy vegetables, zucchini, broccoli, carrots, all vegetables, any kinds of greens, and these will make up the bulk of your diet. So on my channel you will find whole food plant-based recipes that are quick and easy. As a full-time nurse, I really need my meals to be quick, fast, easy, delicious. So if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, I hope you subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. If you're new to this way of eating or feel like you need a little bit more support, I started a Facebook group. We're a group of like-minded people. We like to post our recipes, give each other inspiration, ask questions, so I hope you check out the Facebook group. I will leave a link to Dr. John McDougall's book, The Starch Solution, and the Facebook group in the description box below. And if you'd like to check out the other links I have in the description box, I have a t-shirt line. You can find that on my Etsy store. I have my favorite kitchen gadgets, my favorite supplements, makeup, things like that. So check that out too. Today I'm going to show you how I prep for the week. This is one of the keys to my success, is having food already prepped for my work lunches, for when I come home from work. It's super important to have your refrigerator stocked with things that are ready to go when you get home. So I'm going to show you a few of the things that I do, and I hope it helps you. So let's get started. So the first thing I like to get started is my potatoes. I've got 5 russets and a couple of these really large Japanese sweet potatoes. Now these will go in the oven at 400 for probably an hour or maybe a little bit more. But these are great to have for my lunches, when I come home if I want to make fries, sweet potato fries, and they go really quickly in the air fryer when they're already baked. But I will do this again this week. I mean, this will only last me a few days. So I want to get these in the oven. That's the first thing I usually do when I'm prepping for the week. So these are going to go in the oven right now. And all I did was I washed them and I poked a couple holes in them with a fork so the steam can release. And we will check back with these in about an hour. And in the meantime, you can get all your other stuff done while the potatoes are cooking. So I hope you're liking this angle. I wanted to kind of give you a wider angle so you could see everything I was doing. Let me know in the comments below if you prefer just an overhead concentrated view, or do you like this better. So next I want to make my cheese sauce. And actually it's not my cheese sauce, it's Plentiful Kiki's cheese sauce, but it's the one I make all the time. I make a batch every week, and it's very simple to make. And if you go online and just type in plant-based cheese sauce, there's going to be a ton of recipes out there. Some are with nuts, some are with potatoes and carrots, some add garlic, some add onions. So if this one doesn't float your boat, search out. This is my favorite, and I feel no need to try to improve on this. So we're going to add in 1 carrot, and then I've got 4 Yukon Gold potatoes. They're pretty small, so I'm using 4. And we're just going to chop those up with the skin and throw those in the pot as well. I'm just going to fill this pot with some water and get it going on the stove. So we got the potatoes and the carrots going, and this cheese sauce I use on everything. I use it on my potatoes, on my veggies, I use it for tacos, I use it on pizzas, I use it to make grilled cheese, I use it to make quesadillas. It is so wonderful that, I always have, like I said, I make a batch every week. I also like to have rice handy. So I've got this old rice cooker. I swear this thing must be 25, 30 years old. My husband won it at a work function, and I use it a lot. couple times a week, and it makes rice perfect. If you don't have a rice cooker, you can absolutely do it on the stove, but I like to use my rice cooker because then I can do other things while that's cooking. So I'm just gonna do 1.5 cups of white rice. And I like to use white rice. If you prefer brown rice, that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with white rice. Neither does Dr. McDougall, so I'm going with white rice for right now. And then I've got 3 cups of water. Then I just give it a quick little stir and put the lid on. Then I'm just going to set that right over here and just hit one button and it will automatically shut off when it's done. It's about between 15 and 20 minutes. So we've got potatoes in the oven, we've got our potatoes cooking for our cheese sauce, and now we've got our rice going. Next, I'm going to show you how I prep my veggies for the week. So I eat a ton of green beans and broccoli every week. Now this will probably only last me about 3 days, so I will be doing this again. Or what I also like to do is, and I'll show you later, all the veggies I have in the freezer, and I'll just eat out of my freezer if I don't get fresh during the week. But this is how I start my week. And my husband is a produce manager, and look at this green bean. I mean, he gets me the absolutely most beautiful produce, so I'm very lucky. So for these, I just cut them in half or break them in half. I've got water in my steamer. I got this nice big steamer pot, which I love, and hopefully this will all fit in here. And then, I mean, you've all done green beans before. This isn't anything new. You know, you want to cut off this little stem. I don't like that. And I just kind of just go through them and snap them in half if they don't have the little stem on there. And then as far as the broccoli, I usually cut the end off, and then I will just start breaking the little florets until I can't really break them anymore. And then I'll cut this again. And I eat this part of the stem. I just throw that right in. No need to throw it away. And you can just cut these in half if you want. And that's it. And I'll steam these between 12 and 15 minutes. And then I'm good for the week. So I'm just going to continue cutting this and putting this in the steamer pot here. And then we're going to move on. Okay, so I fit it all in here, and this was probably about 2 pounds of green beans and 2 or 3 pounds of broccoli, but I just packed this thing, put the lid on, and I'm gonna put it on the stove and let it cook, like I said, for about 15 minutes, and then they'll be just perfect. At this point, the potatoes and carrots are done for the cheese sauce, so let's get that started. So I just have my potatoes in the pot here. They're all done, and my carrots, and I'm just going to transfer them into my Vitamix. Because we're going to use this cooking water, which is going to help thicken it up. All right, so to this, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of cashews, and I did soak these. And it's such a little amount that I don't think it's going to really affect your weight loss, but if you are having a hard time losing weight, you can leave that out. Then I've got salt, onion powder, garlic powder, nutritional yeast, and then we're going to put some lemon, a little squeeze of lemon in here. All right, and I'll leave a link to the full recipe in my description box. Then you can start by adding about 1 cup, 1.5 cups of this water, depending on how, and I just eyeball it. And then I'm just gonna blend this up. And if it needs more salt or garlic powder or whatever, then I can add it and mix it up again. So I'm gonna take this over and get it all blended up. And you are left with this amazing, creamy cheese sauce. Now I tend to make mine a little thinner because it will thicken up once it goes in the refrigerator. And I have this handy little tool because you're going to want to get every drop of this out. I'm telling you, this will change your life, this cheese sauce. And then I just let these cool before I put the lids on and put them in the fridge. So here is our little bounty here. We've got our cheese sauce, russet potatoes, Japanese sweet potatoes. We've got broccoli, look at that, broccoli and string beans. And then we've got a whole pot full of rice. And what I do with the veggies is I just put them in this big container here. And then of course I let these cool completely before I put the lid on, and then I just have these in the fridge. And I mean, these are perfect. Just heat them in the microwave. I take these to work with some cheese sauce and a potato. It's perfect. Same with the baked potatoes. Let them cool completely. And I don't like to put mine in a plastic bag. Especially the sweet potatoes get really slimy. I'll just store them in a bowl, you know, in an open bowl, or maybe a container like this. Otherwise, I find they get kind of slimy. So what I'd like to do now is show you my freezer staples, what I have always on hand to kind of to supplement my meals during the week. So I'm going to set all this aside and grab all my freezer items. First up is my Little Northern Bakehouse gluten-free bread. This is whole grain. This is great for grilled cheese, toast. A loaf of this lasts me a really long time because I don't eat a lot of bread, but I like to have it when I want it. So it's in the freezer and it keeps beautifully. My Trader Joe's peas. I love these in my stir fry, or just throw in with my broccoli and my green beans just to add a little bit more greens. I love that. And Trader Joe's fire roasted bell peppers and onions, great for fajitas. Great for putting in your hash browns, putting them in your stir fries, putting them in your tacos. The possibilities are endless. Then I love these frozen asparagus spears from Trader Joe's. You can get these anywhere, not just Trader Joe's, but these are also wonderful to have on hand, and the cheese sauce goes really good on these as well. My frozen roasted corn, I love that in soups, in my hash browns, in my tacos, in my salsas. So another wonderful staple. And my stir fry blend, frozen. I use this, I usually go through at least 2 bags a week, sometimes 3 if I get on a stir fry kick. These are amazing. And then of course, hash browns. Can't go wrong with these. I probably go through at least 2 bags a week. And I always have a big container of spring mix for salads. Always have bananas, and always have apples. So if you do your food prep, have things in the freezer, you will definitely be successful. I hope this video was helpful to you today. I know that food prep is so important in my life and to keep me on track and on plan, and it is the best way for you to be successful. So I hope you implement this into your life and start doing some food planning, food prep, and make sure your freezer is stocked. It really didn't take me that long at all. The thing that takes the longest is the potatoes baking. And what I love is you can throw everything on, go do laundry, watch TV, go out, do some gardening. If you found this video helpful, please leave me a comment below, and remember to subscribe and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And also check out my Facebook group as well. The recipe for the cheese sauce will be in the description box, as well as some other fun things you might want to check out. And remember that all my recipes are good for you, they're good for the animals, and they're good for the planet. and what you put on your plate determines your fate. Until next time, thank you. As a full-time RN, no. As a full-time as a full-time nurse. So at this point, our potatoes and carrots are done for our cheese sauce. So let's get, so at this point, our potatoes and carrots are ready. Ding! I need a dance break.